Hi everyone, I'm Robert Maxfield.
Hi.
This is Julie B from Tasty in Texas. Go and check out her YouTube channel. We're here with Click the Shutter Button Photography today, and today we're going to go over a little bit about composition, and the title of this video is Do Not Swallow the Snow Cone. Julie's going to ask me a few questions. And
what do you mean about don't swallow the snow cone?
Don't swallow the snow cone. Okay. Well, a lot of times when you're taking photographs at concerts, the singers have big, huge microphones right in front of their face. And a lot of people make the mistake of getting right smack in front of them, right in the center, and the microphone covers their 3/4 of their face. And that's what I call swallowing the snow cone. That's what that's all about.
Okay. So how do you deal with hats?
How do you deal with hats? Well, one of the first hat problems I shot was Charlie Daniels, and you let the hat take care of itself because that's his trademark. But a lot of times you'll want to get underneath the hat, and you'll have to wait till somebody raises their head a little bit so that you can get underneath the hat and get some light underneath it. It takes a little bit of patience. It also takes a little bit of camera settings too, making sure you got enough sensitivity to light up underneath that hat.
Okay.
So,
but
go ahead.
What if you have the light against you, facing you, and you have to get up under that hat?
That's where I use spot metering, and I meter off the face and focus off the face. And I take, if you use a matrix.
What is spot metering?
Spot metering meters off of a small area in the viewfinder or on the sensor, and that's where it's taking its meter readings, as opposed to a matrix which takes the whole entire scene and averages everything out. Center weighted is another one where it takes the center of the viewfinder or the sensor and then gives that priority versus an outgoing range of metering as it goes outward. That's an averaging type. But I use almost spot metering and a 9-point focusing system with the Nikon is linked together so that I'm focusing and I'm metering off underneath the hat. So that's how that happens.
Okay.
Let me give a little bit about of information about composition and a little bit about my background. I went to school in high school and college to become an artist and ended up being a photojournalist and studied photojournalism and was in newspapers and things like that, and branched into music photography during the late 1970s. Recently I retook a composition class by one of the best food photographers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I learned a whole lot of stuff that, a lot of it I'd remembered, some of it I forgot, but I learned a lot of things like the rule of odds, the contrasting colors in the color wheel. I learned the rule of thirds.
What about negative and positive space?
Negative and positive space.
What is negative space?
Negative space is an area away from your main subject. It's a big, easiest way is to describe it as more of an open area. It comes in very handy for when you're doing, we do on occasion ads for artists where they want to put up in that spot what club they're at, the time, the date, and things like that. And that comes in very handy for that. I also learned a lot about taking care of garbage that's inside and detracts from the picture and the photograph itself, making the photograph the best it possibly can be. So that came in real handy, and that affects my style. I wish I could tell you that I was naturally born a photographer, with no training, and it was all pure artistic, but no, it's a lot of it's training and years of training. So simply thanks go out to Greg for putting up with me and giving me his knowledge. And
the only A in the class?
The only A in the class. And I shot a lot of food. I shot cereal and cheeseburgers and tomatoes and this, that, and the other, and a lot of other things. But his class came out really, really well, and I thank the college for their invitation for me to be in the class very much. Um, what happens in photography, and especially concert photography, people get up and they just go out and they take photographs of whatever's in front of them, and they don't know any better. So there's a set kind of way that determines my style, and not swallowing the snow cone basically is my first rule, pet peeve. I don't like to sit right smack in the middle of the artist. I'll get off to one side. I'll be patient. I can't stress enough. Be patient, 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 and wait for them to separate from the microphone so that they're not eating the microphone in the shot, or the microphone's not covering their face, and you're not having issues with that. I look for color, contrasting color, and make adjustments at certain times. I do a lot of looking to see what the background looks like, and sometimes you have mic stands and light stands and other musicians and things like that you just can't do anything about, but you can narrow it down if you look and see and take your time to do it and know it's actually there. So the first thing I will tell you is you can learn a lot from YouTube. You can learn a lot of ways to do things, but when it comes to composition and lighting and the various things that you need to make a good concert photograph and affect your style, training and patience and understanding what everything is and how it works is a very, very important thing.
How do you deal with sunglasses?
How do you deal with sunglasses? How do I deal with sunglasses? They wear them. I have no choice. But I will take. Sometimes the funniest thing is I was doing a photo shoot for a band, and I was standing in front of them, taking a portrait of them, and I looked in there in one of the sunglasses, and one of the band members had mirror sunglasses on, and he had a reflection of me holding the camera right smack in front of him. I go, oops, that's not good. So you have to be aware of that kind of thing. So I went and selected another photograph where I was out of the picture, but at the same time, you want to make sure what's in the reflection is not detracting from it also. A lot of bands wear sunglasses on stage for various reasons, and it's part of their act and part of their persona, so you have to take that into account too. Just let it be what it is.
Okay.
What's else on your list?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, everybody. Thanks to Julie B from Tasty in Texas. Go check her out. I'm Robert C. Maxwell II. I'm a concert photographer in Dallas, Texas. And please like, subscribe, ring the bell, do whatever you want to do. And we appreciate you viewing us.
Have a great day.
Check you later.
Peace out.
Okay, I selected 4 examples of some of the photographs I was talking about. You have Josh Ward, Randy Rogers, Stoney LaRue, and Aaron Watson. Thanks goes out to those guys. They're wonderful, and we appreciate it.